Lactantius De Mortibus Persecutorum, episode 20. Sed enim postea longa pax rupta est, extitit enim post annos plurimus execrabila animal decius, qui vexarderet ecclesiam, quis enim justitiam nisi malus persequatur, et quasi huius rei gratia provectus esset, ad illud principala fastigium, further protinus contra Deum coipit, ut protinus caderet. Lactantius continues now, and he speaks about the interruption of the long peace that extended from the death of Domitian in 98 all the way to the time of Decius. But in fact, sed enim, afterward, the longa pax rupta est. But indeed, much afterward, the long time of peace, and longa pax is feminine singular, and nominative, was broken, rupta est. Rupta est is the perfect passive of the verb rumpo, which is a third conjugation verb, rumpo rumpere, to break or to shatter. For enim, there came forward extitit, after many years, post annos plurimus, after very many years, execrabila animal, a most detestable beast. These two words are neuter, singular, and nominative. The adjective here coming before the noun, they are in apposition to Decius, because Decius is masculine, singular, and nominative. Therefore, there is no relationship of modification. There came forth this detestable creature, Decius, qui vexaret ecclesiam, who troubled or harassed the church. Vexaret is the third singular, imperfect, subjunctive, active of the first conjugation verb vexo, vexare, like so. It's used with this qui, which is a relative pronoun, the antecedent of which is decius. It's used with qui for what's called a relative clause of characteristic. One of the uses of a relative clause of characteristic is to express purpose, and I believe that's how it should be taken here. Came forward Decius in order to trouble the church. For enim, who, except a wicked man, nisi malus, who would persecute righteousness, justitiam. This object is feminine, singular, and accusative. The subject is quis, object justitiam, and the verb persequatur, following the standard subject, object, verb word order. And then we have this form here, nisi malus, except a wicked man, which is masculine, agreeing with quis. And as though, for this very purpose, gratia here is an ablative, and it takes a preceding genitive. It is thus synonymous with causa in this usage. As though he had been carried forward, provectus est, for this very reason, huius rei, ad illud principala fastigium, to that incredible principala, or leading height or pinnacle. This means the office or position of the princeps, the Roman emperor. And here we see Lactantius engaging in a little bit of providential speculation, you might say. He says that it seems as though Decius had been raised up to that very post, that high post, for this very purpose, huius rei gratiae. And provectus est is the pluperfect passive subjunctive of the verb proveho, provehere, third conjugation. Provectus esset, he had been raised up to that great height, principala fastigium. He began right away, protinus, to rage against God, right away so that he might fall, ut caderet. And so I'm taking this as a purpose clause.